Hi, welcome, welcome. I hope everybody is having a good day. We are just gonna do that. Welcome back. This is where we were. Right here. We're going into the Bracer Guild. And I think I fixed the music issue, guys. So I think you can now hear it in the stream. Possibly? I think. If not, just let me know. And then I will try again to try to fix it. The learning process. For sure. But let's go see what Shara needed. There you two are. Good morning, Estelle. Good morning, Joshua. Morning, Elena. Good morning. Is Shara here already? Yes, she is waiting for you upstairs. Once you finish today's training, you will finally be recognized as members of the Bracer Guild. Good luck to the both of you. Thanks! We'll do our best. And then she just says the same thing. Oh, no, I didn't mean to hit that. Ooh, tarot cards. The Star and the Hangman, the Hermit and the Magician, and last of all, inversion through the Wheel of Fortune. This is a difficult combination. How should I interpret this? Good morning, Shara! Well, if it isn't Estelle and Joshua, this is a rare occasion for the both of you to show up so early. Since it's my last day of training, I figured, why not? I'm ready to get the show on the road and become a bracer myself. I'll give you credit for your enthusiasm, but I'm going to work you hard today in every way you can think of to make sure that high-spirited attitude of yours holds up. I hope you're ready. I can feel that enthusiasm dropping already. Quiet, you. Every time I teach you something, you somehow manage to forget it. This training is my way to keep some of that information in your head instead of letting it dribble out into your ears like it usually does. Joshua, Shira's picking on me. Don't worry, Shira. While Estelle may hate studying and rarely ever does her homework, acts rashly, is overly naive, and has a tendency to stick her nose into everything, her instincts are sharp, so I'm sure she'll pick up on how to use an ornament with some practice. Eventually. Probably. I guess there's not much I can do now except for hope for the best. Hold on a second, Joshua. Somehow I get the feeling that you weren't standing up for me. Well, that's odd. I'm positive I described all your best traits accurately. Whatever. By the way, Shira, what were you trying to predict with your tarot cards? Your face was really intent. Oh, this? I was just trying to get a vague reading about what might happen in the near future. Unfortunately, I don't seem to be in the right mindset to interpret the cards correctly. You couldn't read the cards? Now that's surprising to hear. Actually, the more profound the meaning of the cards, the more difficult they become to interpret. But that's not important now. I think it's time we start your final training. I'll give you a brief rundown on all the information we've covered in your previous training. This is the minimal level of knowledge that bracers should have in order to function effectively. And Estelle, make sure you pay especially close attention to what I'm going to say. Yeah. What would you like to know about? Ornaments. Ornaments are mechanical devices which operate by using what's known as orbal energy. A variety of effects can be produced depending on their structure and type of quartz or process septium installed. Although it's been about 50 years since their invention, these devices play an integral role in all facets of life, from lights, heaters, and everyday products to weapons, magic, and even airships. In connection, this technological reform is commonly known as the Orbal Revolution. About bracers. Bracers are investigative and combat specialists who work to protect civilians and maintain the stability of their respective regions. They aid in the community in various ways, such as exterminating monsters, preventing crime, finding lost items, and escorting peoples and goods. The Bracer Guild, which has been established branches across the continent, manages the affairs of the bracers in each region. About Liberal Kingdom. The Kingdom of Liberal, in which we live, sit in the western half of the Zemirian continent and abounds with natures and deep-rooted traditions. Liberal is proud to be one of the leading producers of septium on the continent and is known for the high level of technology used to develop orbits. Orbit technology has also been a key pillar of support in Liberal in protecting its independence as it is contended with neighboring nations. 10 years ago, when Liberal was invaded by the Eurobonian Empire, it was the use of orbital-powered airships that saved the kingdom from defeat. Consequently, even now our relationship with the Empire is somewhat sensitive, but thanks to the Queen's political finesse, Liberal enjoys peace. That's all. Let's see, since we have a mountain of stuff for you to do today, I'll let you off the hook this time with a condensed review. I'm going to speed things up now and move on to the practical portion of your training. Shira? How is today's practical training any different from the training we've done before? Since it's practical, it means you'll be experiencing things firsthand. Therefore, I'm going to have both of you run through everything as if this was a real bracer job. So what you're saying is, there won't be any studying at the desk involved? Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. This time you'll have to go out and make a physical effort to accomplish your task. I'll make sure you have you work up a sweat, so I hope you're ready. Yes, that's seriously what the doctor ordered. I didn't know what I was going to do if I had to sit another day with my tush parked at a desk. I guess I got all worried for nothing. Well, suddenly you're all bright and cheerful, Estelle. Let's just hope that smile on your face lasts until the end of today's training. Okay, let's get cracking on your first objective, shall we? Let's have at it. Your first objective will be to confirm the details of the job you will be performing. But before that, there's something we need to give the both of you. Ania, are they ready? Yeah, they are. Alright, you two. Go get one for each of yourselves. Quit wasting time and go get them. These are very important, so make sure not to lose them. I got a bracer notebook. Bracer notebooks serve as the official way to record the status of your current jobs. Also, anything you may want to hear, anything that you find and where. These kinds of trivial things can often become clues. No matter how insignificant something may seem, always write it down. Understood. Crap, this sounds like this is going to be a pain. Oh, please tell me it was my ears playing tricks on me, because I swear I only got one response. I'm sure there were two. Keeping an accurate account of events is an important duty for all bracers. So get with the program and stop trying to make this out to be more than it really is, Estelle. Okay, I got it. Make sure you do. Alright then, let's begin. Look over at the door. You can see that there's a bulletin board standing there. First, I want you to go and check the job description posted there. When the bulletin board is approached, exclamation mark will appear. Pressing the OK button will display the job list. By selecting the job names on the list, you can view their details. The bulletin board is over there. Quit screwing around and check the job description. Training, retrieval, new. Client is Sherazard, pay is 500 Mira, and details is direct request. This training will involve searching the sewers beneath Roland and bringing back the contents of a chest. See Sherazard for details. Details of the job confirmed on the bulletin board and other important events will be automatically recorded in the Bracer Notebook. The Bracer Notebook can be easily found by clicking on the Books tab of the Items menu. It can also be accessed by configuring a book shortcut on the Configuration menu. Very good. Looks like you were able to see what was posted without any trouble. Checking the bulletin board is one of the most basic functions a bracer performs on their job. Check in regularly to see whether or not there are any urgent tasks which need immediate attention is also an important duty for bracers. Man, all this talk about duty's starting to cramp my style. Sure, there's a lot of rules to follow, but there's an equal level of responsibility in the jobs themselves. I think being a bracer calls for much more than someone with just a half-hearted attitude. I guess you're right. I'll just have to be a little more motivated. Is that so? Had a change of heart? Have you? You betcha. Well, before that motivation sneaks off somewhere, let's get work on your next task. What will we be doing this time? We'll be heading across the street to Mr. Melder's Orbital Factory and learning how to use its services. He has graciously taken time out of his work schedule to explain things, so make sure to be on your best behavior. Okay! Here's where you'll learn how to use an Orbital Factory service. At an Orbital Factory, you can modify your orbments and synthesize support quartz in order to use your orbital arts. Arts have a wide range of effects and if mastered can be extremely helpful. The bracer business is a pretty risky occupation, so the guild has had a long-standing relationship with these orbital factories. Anyway, this is about as much as I can explain. I'll leave the technical details to the expert. So, Mr. Melders, if you wouldn't mind taking over from here? No problem, leave everything to me. So, what is it that you'd like to know about? Orbments. Orbments are mechanical devices which exhibit an array of effects through the installation of various types of quartz. By definition, that means the lights, airship engines, and so on are types of orbments. However, the ones that we will be discussing today are battle orbments, which enhance the user's physical abilities and make it possible to use magic. Since each orbment is adjusted to match the owner's personal aptitude, the structures for these devices also differ for each owner. Simply put, the shape of the fixed elemental slots and lines which connect them vary. At any rate, that's a layman's explanation. In order to install quartz, you must first have to open a slot. By default, the central slot is open, but the other slots must be open in an orbital factory like this. It'll take a fair amount of sepith too. EP, which is needed for magic, will also see a max increase according to the number of open slots. I recommend opening them all as soon as possible. So what is it that you'd like to know about? Orbital arts. Simply put, orbital arts are magic which can be discharged exclusively through the use of battle orbments. In other words, a number of peculiar effects can be produced by using the orbital energy stored within these mechanical devices. Since orbital arts can be a mouthful, they're probably universally referred to as arts. Probably ought to have called that from the get-go. There are several types of arts, but in order to be able to use them, their corresponding quartz must first be synthesized at an orbital factory. Orbments are also set up so once a particular quartz is installed into a slot, the owner will be able to use those arts. The types of art that one can use also depends on the elemental value and combination of installed quartz. Basically, if you want to use water arts, all you have to do is install quartz with the water elemental value. In reality, orbments are much more complex than what I've described, but I think this information should suffice for now. So, what is it that you'd like to know about? Quartz. Quartz are circuits made from sepith. Quartz have a vast number of effects and raise the owner's ability while simultaneously making it possible for them to use arts. However, you will not be able to harness any of these effects until quartz have been installed into a slot. However, there are also fixed slots to which only a certain type of elemental quartz can be installed. This being the case, when you synthesize a new quartz, make sure to check your orbment and decide where you will be installing it ahead of time. So, what is it you'd like to know about? Sepith. Sepith are fragments of sepium which is dropped by monsters. They are divided into 7 types: earth, brown; water, blue; fire, red; wind, green; time, black; space, gold; and mirage, silver. Sepith can be exchanged for Mira almost anywhere, but at the orbital factory, it can be used to synthesize quartz and open orbment slots in which install the synthesized quartz. So what is it you'd like to know about? Oh, no, leave. I didn't mean to hit that one again. It looks like Mr. Melders has answered all your questions. If there's nothing else, then let's try to both have you try and use the services here. For that, you're going to need some sepith. Receive several of each of the elemental sepith. With that amount, you should choose to be able to synthesize a few quartz. Now, I want you to first begin by making an elemental quartz that will work with each of your particular orbits. In your case, Estelle, any elemental quartz is okay. But for you, Joshua, it has to be a time elemental quartz. Normally at a shop, you will be able to exchange sepith for Mira, but for this training, you will not be able to use this service. Upon approaching the counter, a talk mark will appear. Press OK. Select modifier or trade. Oh, good work so far. If you need to use the Orbital Factory, give Freddy a holler over there. Talk. Hi there, it looks like you two are doing well with your training. If you'd like to modify your orbits, please select modify. We're gonna go to slots. We're gonna buy HP 1 for her, and he needed a time 1, which this one's a time 1 action. Slot Estelle. We're gonna do, oh no, we're not gonna have a way to open anymore. Alright, it looks like you were able to synthesize one. Now I want you to increase the arts you can use. Now install a quartz into your ornament so you can use both recovery and attack arts. Quartz can be installed in the ornament screen. We are going to save it. I'm going to go to ornament, all quartz. She's gonna do that one. And he's gonna do action. Which action makes your speed plus 10. And HP makes your max HP plus 5. Okay. Hi there, it looks like you two are doing well with your training. Okay. Alright, it looks like you've got both recovery and attack arts set up. If you balance your arts out between each other like you've done here, it should make dealing with monsters much easier. Additionally, your bracer notebooks contain information about which quartz allow you to use which arts. If you would like to use more powerful arts, check out the arts and quartz charts in your bracer notebooks to find something that works for you. Alright, our training here is almost finished. Last of all, I'm going to have one of you open a new slot in your orbits. The more slots you have available to you, the broader range of choices you'll have. Since EP is consumed using arts can have its max value increased by opening up slots, it would be a good idea to open them all early on. Now, I want you to use the septith and open a slot on each of your orbits. Go ahead and decide which slots you're going to open. Got several. We're going to do this one and that's all. I see you've managed to open one of your ornament slots, Estelle. Since your central slot is not limited to any particular elemental, you are free to install any type of quartz you'd like. This concludes your training here at the Orbital Factory. Now it's time to move on what you've both been waiting for, the qualification test. Pardon? Did you just say test? You can't honestly tell me you forgot about the test again, can you? Didn't I remind you just this morning? Now that you mention it, I vaguely remember some sorts of talk along those lines at the breakfast table. Sometimes I fear for the future of the Bracer Guild and humanity. Oh well, no sense in worrying about that now. Let's head over to the testing area. You mean like now? I don't know if I'm ready for. How about a little less yapping and a little more walking? Joshua, help me! Mr. Melders, Freddy, thank you for all your help. Don't mention it and good luck with that test of yours. We'll be rooting for you. I'm gonna remember that you left me high and dry like this, Joshua. All your training has finally come down to this. Your qualification test will begin here. I expect to see you both use what you've learned up to this point. Understood. What's wrong, Estelle? Shira? What now? I was kind of wondering, but is there not going to be a paper test or something? Did Cassius drop you on your head as a child or something? You just read what it was said on the bulletin board not like that long ago, right? Yeah, and I even made you jot down what you read in your bracer notebooks, unless you forgot that too. Pretty sure the job listing mentioned searching for and retrieving an item from the sewers. Ringing any bells yet? What a relief. O divine Adios, I give thanks to thee for thy infinite grace in bestowing upon us such wonderful gifts as sewers. So what you're really saying is you really thought that it was a paper test? No wonder you were acting all crazy back at the Orbital factory. Ah, I can already feel the nostalgia. All these horrible days stuck in a classroom are starting to feel like grand memories indeed. I'm really starting to wonder if we'll even be able to graduate at all. What's wrong with you? Why do you have to go and say something like that when I'm trying to reminisce about positive things? Alright, enough jabbering, you two. This is supposed to be a test. So how about the two of you try to at least look a little anxious? Just so you know, though, if you do happen to flunk the test, you don't even want to imagine the kind of homework I have in store for the both of you. We'll be fine. Just tell us what you want us to do and let us loose. Well, if you're so confident, then how about proving that you're just not blowing hot air with the results of your test? Anyway, as you both saw on the bulletin board, this test will be a search conducted in Roland Sewers. Your objective is to retrieve the contents of a chest which has been placed within that area. The layout of the sewers is extremely simple, so you don't need to worry about getting lost either. However, there are real, living, breathing monsters down there, so if you get careless and let down your guard, you will be sorry. Also, let me give you this before I forget. 3 tear bombs and a monster guide. What's this book for? It's called a monster guide, and it's used to record information about monsters and other opponents you meet. Whenever you figure out an enemy's attributes, you should be able to make immediate note of it there. Sounds pretty straightforward to me. He who controls the flow of information controls the tide of battle, right? That's exactly what I'm saying. You've really got a good head on your shoulders, Joshua. That's some pretty useful advice. Thank you for the tip, Shira. We'll put it to good use. Alright then, let's get pumped and knock out this test. Let's. Don't forget though, this is an exam. We should make sure to treat it as such. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and save it since it is a test. And let's see. This is the book it talks about. Oh, okay. And this is where it tells you how many quartz you need for each thing. Oh, cooking. There appears to be a recovery point set up there. They'll choose it for our HP and EP to become low before engaging in any further battles. Ornament charging stations are recovery points set up in dangerous areas. As a recovery point is approached, an exclamation mark will appear. Sounds like a plan to me. Rest. I'm pretty sure I was already healed because I hadn't battled, but oh well. Monsters at 12 o'clock. Be careful not to let them take advantage of your blind sight. Got it. Monsters cannot be seen from far away. They'll become visible as you approach them. The conditions at the start of battle will change depending on how a monster is engaged. Engaging an enemy from behind is advantage, while being attacked by an enemy from behind is disadvantageous. Hint. Battle order bar indicates who attacks first. It starts from the top and moves down. Hint. Attack an enemy. You may also want to use it to move if you're using a mouse and click an empty location. The highlighted area indicates the distance a character can move. Selecting a target in this area will move the character to attack. When an enemy is out of range, an icon will appear in your cursor. Selecting an out-of-range target will move the character as close to it as possible, but no attack will be performed. It's a dirty rat. That doesn't really look like a rat, though, but oh well. Ooh. Yeah, so this one's out of range. And that one's out of range. So they're both out of range. Boop. Yeah. 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 And we did it.
That's that then. Let's move out.
Ooh. Got juicy bone. Here comes some more. Depending on the enemy, some physical attacks may be ineffective. Let's use arts, not physical attacks. Okay. Arts are effective on enemies that are good at avoiding physical attacks. Arts also make long-range attacks possible, but they require time to be cast. EP is consumed when arts are used. EP can be recovered by resting at inns, hotels, or by using charge stations and other items like an EP charge. Arts are effective against foes which are difficult to hit with a weapon. It takes time before arts can be cast. Also, EP is consumed when arts are cast. All arts have an element. Determine the element for the most effective against your foe. We'll do Aqua Bleed because it's a attack, whereas Tear's a recovery. Tear heals 200 HP for an ally, whereas Aqua Bleed shoots a heavy stream of water. And then he will do Clock Up, speeds up the flow of time, speed plus 25, or Soul Blur is an attack, so we'll do that.
Piece of cake.
Crisp onion, 2 of them. Estelle, let's try using crafts this time around. Since crafts have other effects besides just dealing out damage, they're worth a shot. Roger that. Crafts have range limits, but they can be utilized instantly. CP is gained by dealing out or receiving damage during battle. Crafts are character-specific skills which not only deal out damage but have a broad range of effects. Using crafts consumes CP. CP is gradually gained by dealing out or receiving damage in battle. Morale, 20 points. It's an area support to shout out to encourage allies. It gives strength plus 20.
Come on.
And he has Dual Strike, which is an attack. It unleashes a double slash with dual blades. Oh, wow. And we have no more CP, so we just need to attack.
All right, we're good to go.
Got Curative Horn. So let's see what Tear Balm heals 200 HP. This is an onion. Curative Horn is a health food. Juicy Bone is an ingredient. We're gonna go ahead and save it again. Ooh, it's a chest. A reviving balm. This chest is empty because of you. Nice work, hero. Oh, they have little dialogues. Isn't that adorable? We're resting because I like to heal a lot. Wait a minute, Estelle. We still haven't retrieved the object we're looking for. Whee! The door's rusted and appears to be locked. Oh, what a surprise. Another creepy thing. I wish there was an easier way to take care of them. One blow using an S-Craft or S-Break should do the trick for about any enemy. The catch is their CP has to be at least 100 to pull off one of these moves. These devastating attacks can only be unleashed when it's above 100. S-Breaks are actions which allow S-Crafts to be immediately unleashed while ignoring battle order. S-Crafts are unleashed as S-Breaks can be changed by going to tactics. We don't have 100 yet, so press the break button. Now press the break button. If you're using a keyboard, you may use the 1 through 4 number keys or arrows. Oh, I should have hit another enemy.
Here I
Let's do this! All right, we're good to go.
Got Curative Horn, and I didn't even see the other one. So that's the treasure chest we're after, huh? If we made it this far, the rest is going to be a piece of cake. Seems like we've got a little breathing room at least. Let's pay close attention to our battle order. There should be a number of ways to get more mileage out of our actions. During battle, there's several bonuses which can be alerted to turns. Turn bonuses have the same effect regardless of whether they're allotted to an ally or a foe. These icons indicate the bonuses allotted to the battle order. If a bonus icon appears next to a character's icon, they will receive that bonus. Heart 10 is heal HP, steppeth up. So my strategy is definitely going to be to kill them. Okay, I will use him to attack. And I'm going to use Tear for her to hopefully heal her. That was simple. Juicy Bone and Curative Horn. And a crispy onion. Found 2 small boxes. That's weird. There's just a couple of boxes inside the treasure chest. The fact that there's not just 1 but 2 is kind of interesting too. I wonder what's inside. Remember, Estelle, our mission is to search and retrieve only. Pretty sure looking inside those boxes doesn't fall under a mission objective. You're no fun at all, Joshua. This has nothing to do with our mission. It's what I like to call good, honest curiosity. You know, we're the only ones down here. We can get away with the teensy-weensy peek, right? If you feel like flunking today's test, then by all means be my guest. Did you just say the F word? Yep, opening one of those boxes could result in an automatic fail for the both of us. If this was a real job, the contents of those boxes would belong to the client, and as long as they were nothing illegal, we would have no right to open them. I know you're right, Joshua. I just can't help myself. If you absolutely have to know what's inside, why not ask Miss Shira when we get back? But for now, we need to focus on getting out of here. All right. By looking inside this chest again, you flaunt. Just kidding. Ha ha ha. Very funny. And we're gonna just save it. Excuse me, I've been sick. I'm trying to get over being sick. Good work, you two. As a rule of training, I'm gonna need you to confirm the items in your possession. Hand it over, small box. Yep, they're the real deal, alright. I don't see any evidence of tampering either. That was a close one. I figured she would try to set us up like that. Congratulations to the both of you. You've successfully passed your qualification test. You really didn't think something that simple would be a problem for us, did you? So, Shira, what's in those boxes you had us get? That's for me to know and you to find out after your training is finished. That's enough chit-chat for now, so let's get back to work. You two have some things left to do. Seriously? But didn't you just say that we passed the test? You still have to learn how to report the results of your work. I'm aware you're both tired, but this is no time to shirk off your duties. Let's get back to the guild. When is this day going to be over? Oh well, no sense in giving up when the finish line is in sight. Agreed. Seems like we're within reaching distance of our goal. Your final training is how to report to the guild. Whenever you finish a job, it's your duty to report the results of your work to the guild. Reporting how you resolved the situation and the steps you took to get there is all part of your job as a bracer. You can report the results to the front desk in each guild branch. And as you already know by now, Ania is in charge of the Roland branch. In addition, this is where you will be paid for your work. I look forward to seeing great things from the both of you. Now that we're here, why don't you both go ahead and report the results of today's training? Upon approaching the counter, a talk remark will appear. Press OK and then select report. Hey you two, hurry up and report. Talk. If you've passed your qualification exam, then there's one thing left to do. When you want to report that job, select report. Rank Junior Bracer 9th class. Receive payment for training retrieval. 500 Mira and 1 BP. Current rank is Junior Bracer. Good job, you two. Looks like you were able to complete your objective without running into any major problems. Another thing to take note of is that depending on how you handle a job, you may see an increase or decrease in the amount of pay you receive. When the report of the results of your work to the guild, pay in the form of merit isn't the only thing you will receive. You will also accumulate points, which are known as Bracer Points, or BP. BP is an indication of your achievements as a bracer. When these points exceed a certain value, you will advance in rank as a bracer and be awarded with a piece of special equipment by the guild. The ranks of a junior bracer start at 9 and go all the way up to 1. Please set your sights on making first rank and work hard. The amount of Mira and BP you will receive will also be recorded in your bracer notebook, so please have a look sometime later on. All that's left to do is now finalize your training. Let's head back upstairs, shall we? I'll talk to you later, Ania, and sorry about putting more work on your plate today than usual. Don't worry about it. Training new bracers are important for the future of the guild. I fully intend to work these two to the bone in any case. Just the bone? I know in Shira it'll involve the whip. Let me say it again. Good work, you two. You now have officially completed the entire training course. From now on, you will be learning from your own real-world experience. Well then. Scheherazade holds out 2 small boxes. Aren't those the boxes, the ones... To answer your question, yes, these are the boxes you retrieved during today's test. You seem awfully curious to find out what's inside, Estelle. Are you saying that it's okay if we open them? That's right. Why don't both of you have a look and see what's inside? Sweet! Alright, let's have a look. Estelle and Josh open the boxes. Retrieved Junior Bracer emblem. This crest is, so does that mean we're... Estelle Bright, Joshua Bright. Beginning this day at 1500 hours, you are both hereby appointed as junior bracers within the Bracer Guild. From here on, you will work as members of the Bracer Guild to support the livelihood of those around you, defend peace, and uphold justice. Congratulations, you two, and welcome into the fold. Did you just hear that, Joshua? We become members of the Bracer Guild. So I'm a bracer now, huh? I think the realization is just now beginning to sink in. Come on, Joshua. You should be jumping for joy or running around and screaming at the top of your lungs like this. Look at us now, world. We did it. I was happy till you made my eardrums bleed. I hate to interrupt this celebration, Estelle, but I need to take off now. I have some backed up work that needs my immediate attention. We understand you've been spending a lot of extra hours working with us during this busy time for the guild. Before you head out, Shira, I just want to say thanks. Likewise, I appreciate all the trouble you've gone through for us, Shira. Don't mention it. Training new recruits is a bracer's mini's duty. Believe it or not, I was once in your shoes a long time ago when your father Cassius trained me. So that's why you have so much respect for my dad, huh? There's actually much more to it than that, but I'll save that conversation for another day. As for both of you, work hard to become full-fledged bracers earlier on so you can help guide those new recruits who come after yourselves. And in time, I hope to see you both become respectable bracers like your father. Anyway, I'll leave you with that thought. I just don't get it. Get what? This is Scheherazade, aka the Silver Streak, one of the most skilled young bracers we're talking about. So why is it that she holds Dad in such high esteem? It seems like nothing more than a no-good middle-aged man is always out there doing who knows what instead of being a father. A no-good middle-aged man, huh? From your viewpoint, it doesn't come as a surprise that you would see him in that fashion. Huh? Never mind. Let's hurry and head home. We should let Dad know that we qualified as junior bracers. Right. But first, we are going to check things. Talk to people. Congratulations, you two are now official members of the Bracer Guild. From now on, I'm going to be passing jobs out to you like candy. Bring it on is all I have to say. I look forward to working with the guild. We don't have anything to report. If you finish any other jobs, please come back and report again. Hi there, Estelle and Joshua. Oh, hi, Ridge. It looks like your training's over, isn't it? I'm humbled to know that you two are the youngest ever to pass the bracer exam. I look forward to working with you in the same capacity. Ourselves as well. I have to get back to work now, but if there's something you don't understand, give me a holler. There are no current job listings. Hurry up and come on. Wait for me, Luke. Huh? It's you two. Oh, great, it's Estelle. Hi there, Joshua. Okay, you little twerp. What's up with the oh, great, it's Estelle remark? And what's the big hurry? How about telling us where you're headed? You're not thinking about wandering out of town alone, are you? These roads are full of monsters, I hope you know. You're such a pest, Estelle. Don't you know there's no room for girls to be sticking their big fat noses on boys' business? Quit acting like you're a bracer, you wannabe. How wrong you are, Luke. How incredibly wrong. You're more than a fool who thinks there's better taste in milk in Liberal than the milk that comes from the Purcell farm. What? No way. You're full of it, Estelle. In fact, as of just a few minutes ago, we qualified to become real bracers. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Real bracers. More like bracers in training, really. Don't think you should be getting on your high horse just yet, Estelle. Now a high pony, on the other hand. Quit being a killjoy. Wow, you two are great. I'm so happy for the both of you. Oh, Pat, you're such a good little boy. Unlike that smart aleck, cynical brat you call a friend. This isn't fair. I was supposed to be a bracer first. I can't accept that Joshua became a bracer before me, but getting passed by the likes of Estelle? What's the likes of Estelle supposed to mean? Just so you know, you can't even be a bracer until you're 16 years old. Get it? Only mature people allowed. That means no little kids who are still going to Sunday school. I don't know how to put it this way, Estelle, but Sunday school is dying to have you back. You better watch out, Estelle. I'm going to train at my secret base before you know it, and I'm going to be a bracer too. Come on, Pat, let's go. All right, I'm coming. See you later, Estelle. Bye, Joshua. That boy Luke, he's always trying to pick a fight with me. I wonder if he plain hates me or something. Rather, I think it's the exact opposite. What do you mean by that? Don't worry about it. It's just a boy thing. At any rate, what do you think Luke meant when he said secret base? I don't know why, but somehow that makes me a bit curious. I know exactly what you mean. A secret base sounds intriguing. The pure young heart of a young child can be inspiring at times. That's not really what I meant by curious. Is that a side quest? Hint, hint? Maybe? Okay. Well, we just came in from that. Seems like it's going to take a little bit longer for me to get the lumber together in this order. I must work hard to get my father-in-law to acknowledge me for my wife's sake. Guild. Let's go into here. Good afternoon. Hi there, Estelle and Joshua. So how'd your training go? That emblem on your chest means I shouldn't have expected anything less from Cassius's kids, but we're still bracers in training. I see, but well, I knew you were going to have to give up your part-time job sooner or later. Yes, I'm really sorry about that. Don't sweat it. I knew it'd happen eventually when I hired you on. It's a shame, though. It's hardly anyone out there as good as an eye for weapons as you, but that's the path you've chosen, so get out of here and show us what you're made of. Joshua, I'm sad to see you go. But I knew that this was going to happen someday, so there's no use crying over it. I have 900 gil. I have to keep some of them for that newspaper that Dad wanted. So that means I can get one of these, and I'll go with the rod because it's 200 cheaper. It makes your strength +7 and range +1. A battle staff reinforced with metal rings at each end. Equip. Pile rod. Okay, let's see. Hello there, Joshua and Estelle. Stella, listen to this. I finally became a bracer. Oh goodness, is that true? And Joshua too? Yes, ma'am, that's right. Congratulations to the both of you. You did wonderfully. Tee-hee. But one thing, Estelle, you shouldn't be proud just because you became a bracer. This is just the starting point. I understand that. The two of you will experience a lot of new things as bracers, and I hope that I can be proud of the fact that this is the path you chose in the coming years. But enough about my feelings. Please work hard and good luck. And then she just repeats herself. General goods. Hiya there, Estelle and Joshua. How can I help you? Did you manage to become bracers? You bet we did. Maybe I should start off by you calling me Hyper Bracer Estelle from now on. By the way, Mr. Ronan, did the Liberal news come in? Yeah, it came in a little after noon. Don't brush me off like that, you two. Oh, whatever. I'll take one copy then. It comes to 100 mira, please. Purchase Liberal issue 1. I know my dad always buys a copy of this magazine, but does it really sell that well? Sure does. The Liberal News has an excellent reporter and camera woman who have done a great job reporting the latest and most reliable news. They're even supposed to have a running story related to Queen Alicia's birthday celebration. One more thing before you go. This gift is my way of saying congratulations. It's a free sample item I received with my shipment of goods, but don't hold the free part against me. Recipe book. What's that supposed to be for? There's a ton of blank pages. It's a recipe book, isn't it? You got it. When you get hurt fighting, If you just limit yourself to healing balms all the time, it's going to cut pretty deep in your wallets. This is where a recipe book comes into play. If you eat food to recover your strength instead, it's basically free, assuming you have all the ingredients anyway. So if you eat something new, write it down, what's in it, and you'll have lots of recipes in no time. So how about we try it out? Go ahead and eat this cookie, Estelle. Received maple cookie. Well, I made a personal rule to never turn down sweets. Ate maple cookie. Learn maple cookie recipe. Basically, all you have to do is eat the food to learn the recipe. It's as simple as that. As you're traveling about, you should eat whatever food you come across that you haven't had the opportunity to try before. Well, that sounds pretty convenient. It's not like I don't like cooking at all. It's just that it never seems to get any better. I sure love to be able to increase my repertoire and really shock my dad's taste buds for once in my life. That's the spirit. And in passing, if you're in need of ingredients, I'd be delighted to service your cooking needs. You really don't know how to solicit your customers, Mr. Renan. Thank you for the recipe book. We'll put it to good use. Eating the recommended dish at restaurants or using to-go meals that adds recipes to the book. By selecting the book, all recipes will be displayed. As long as the necessary ingredients are available, the food can be made. There are two types of food: sit-down meals, which must be eaten on the spot, and to-go meals, which can be carried as items. Sit-down meals cannot be carried as items. Ingredients used for the cooking can be bought at a store or acquired from monsters. By the way, Mr. Ronan, how did you know today was our last day of training? In a certain sense, both you and Josh are celebrities here in Roland. I didn't hear a lot from customers coming through here. I shouldn't have expected anything less from Roland. The grapevine around here is seriously something to be reckoned with. No kidding. The women here especially love to gossip. Congratulations on passing the bracer exam. And in following with this joyous occasion, how about you buy something too? I'll even give you a discount. Shop. I don't have very much money, so no thanks. I'm so glad that Renan's stores finally got on track. It seems like such much easier to get products since he started having them bought by an airliner. Ever since the first orbits were invented, this place has become much easier to live in. Wow! Okay, so we did that. We need to go to the Orbital Factory. Hey, you're doing good work so far. What's that emblem on your chest? Congratulations, you two. You finally become bracers, huh? Thanks. Estelle, you're way too proud of yourself. Why do you always have to ruin the moment, Joshua? I should be this happy because I earned it. You should at least let me bask in the glory for a minute. Sometimes you can just be so... But Estelle, now that you've become a bracer, you're going to have to get over your little problem with the orbital arts. Man, you two, why do you have to go and spoil my day by saying things like that? Haha. If you have any other business needs, don't forget to stop by. Alright, Roland's two newest bracers. If you have any other business needs, don't forget to stop by. We're gonna see if I can open... Nope, it won't let me open that yet. The ornaments we see today are built using the structure of our clock. Therefore, even old technicians as myself can tinker with some of their parts. When it comes to these court circuits, however, I'm a bit out of my league. I don't know who invented these things, but they're extremely complicated little machines. Now we're just gonna explore one more time. Ooh. A beautiful sound as always. I love the toll of this tower bell. This bell does more than tell the time. It also marks Roland's history. Ooh. Okay, let's see. I need to write down. Boys, base, side quest? Question mark. That way we don't forget. Let's go to the chapel. Estelle, you seem rather cheerful today. Did something wonderful happen in your life? I guess you could say that joyous occasions are indeed a wonderful thing, but at times when we go well, we should gird up our loins in the trials that lie ahead. O goddess Adios of the firmament, please guide these unseasoned youths. Unseasoned? How rude. I'm a newly assigned sister to this chapel. I was recently transferred to the royal city to Roland. This place is surrounded by greenery and everyone in this town is so kind. I think I'm going to enjoy it here. Father Divine is a bit strict, but he can be respected a lot. Okay. Let's see if the hotel has anything. We got an unusual guest staying here at the moment. She appears to be a student from the Guinness Royal Academy. I've heard she came here to study about Roland. Ooh, is this her? Ooh, I finally arrived in Roland. I think the first thing I'm gonna do is have a look around. Okay. Septine calendar 1075, erected in partnership with the liberal royal family. Septine calendar 1192, destroyed during the 100 Days War. Septine calendar 1197, rebuilt. Okay. I guess we'll go here and see if there's anything. Luscious chocolate skin, captivating ruby eyes. Scheherazad's quite the exotic beauty, wouldn't you say? She has that fascinating charm that people in Lorable don't have. Alan's off in his little world again. I've actually gone drinking with Scheherazade before. The strange thing is I have absolutely no memory of that time. Maybe I should try and ask her out again. Maybe, I guess. What just happened? There's two airliners which traveled to the 5 major cities, an eastward circling one and westward circling one. The westward circling airliner travels from Grantsel to Roland, Beauce, Rouen, and Zeiss in that order. The eastward circling airliner does the opposite direction, from Grantsel to Zeiss, Rouen, Beauce, and Roland in that order. Something tells me I am, like, slaughtering these names of people. Okay, so we went to the port. We can go to the mayor. The missus sometimes helps me with my jobs around the house. On top of that, she treats me like I'm part of the family. She even took me out to eat the other day. I couldn't be happier. Lita takes care of all the housework, but I feel a little awkward about it and often end up doing some of it myself. I'm sure it's because I used to do it all myself before coming to live at this house. It appears that I'm taking Lita's job away, so I wonder if I'm causing her trouble. No, you're not. Nobody there, nobody there. Compared to other cities, Roland is certainly rural with no distinct features. However, I love the city. Sometimes there's just a warm and inviting about Roland. I want to build a city that gives importance to the atmosphere. And there we go. So we went to the mayor. Ooh, we're gonna go in the sewers and just like do a couple battles.
Piece of cake.
Just to get a little bit of experience and some more money. I kind of break things up a little bit
Piece of cake.
because ordnance HP. How do I use it? I don't want to remove it. Oh, there we go. Just so we can get some XP
That's that.
and
Let's
some
move
more
out.
Sepith. And it breaks it up a little bit because this
All right, we're good
one
to go.
is a little bit dialogue heavy from what I've realized. Which is fine. I like dialogue. I'm one of those people who like, you know, to get to know the characters. That's why I go around and roam and listen to everything and talk to
That's
them,
that.
not
Let's
just
move
when
out.
we have a quest. I would like to get to at least number 5. Oh no. No, not that one. This one. Thank you. But I don't want to like bore you guys, especially since this is like extra. But I would like
Piece
to.
of cake.
Here we go. Okay, I think we're good to go ahead. We'll heal. Let's go ahead and finish talking to people around town. Is there any more people? Oh. Hey Estelle and Joshua, is it true that you became bracers? You're always one of the first to hear everything, aren't you, Claire? That's just what I expected. I saw the potential in both of you. Yep. You're gonna get out there and earn a lot of success. I like Scherzard's adult charm, but I'm partial to both you and Josh. Huh? I'll take that as a compliment. It's such a warm today, isn't it? We like to be able to take a nice afternoon nap. Yeah. Let's see, I made some contact with people at the Melgam mine, and we're working out a few business details. Please just wait a little longer. It seems like somehow I'll be able to get the lumber I wanted. Simon, our septium purchases are going to go through fine, right? Since I spared no effort in coming all the way to Reliant, failure is not an option. Really, you're completely finished with your training? Yeah, we finally finished, Elisa. I'm officially a bracer. Congrats. I've always wanted to be a bracer since you were a kid, haven't you, Estelle? But don't bracers have a lot of dangerous jobs? Yeah, something like that. Joshua, Estelle, don't overdo it and watch out for each other. Estelle has a tendency to get over her head. That's a good observation, Elisa. And the only problem with Estelle doesn't recognize this herself. I'm standing right here, guys. Joshua and I'll care about you, Estelle, that's all. Don't get too full of yourself and end up getting hurt. Okay. Crunch, smack, slurp, chew, 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 munch, munch, gulp. I'd better get back to the mine before the boss figures out I ditched work. That female merchant came over here from Bose. Not only does she seem smart, but she's extremely attractive. Then again, she'd probably never give me the time of day. Her accent's a little different, though. We're gonna eat some wholesome pasta so I can get that recipe. We have French fries, floury soda, and Carmine Eye, which I only have 100 Mira, so we cannot buy that yet. My son-in-law is half a man when he comes to this business. It's not an easy job. It takes a good 2 to 3 years to become a real woodsman. In my opinion, there's 2 kinds of enjoyment that come from food. Put bluntly, they're eating and cooking, but my passion for cooking outweighs the other. Of course, I enjoy eating delicious food as well. Joshua, Estelle, don't overdo it and watch out for each other. Oh my goodness gracious. Well, Estelle, I haven't seen you around here in a while. It's been some time since you graduated from Sunday school. Did you say hi to Lisa? She started helping out around here not too long ago. Please visit her if you have some time. She's been wanting to see you. Aw, aren't you so nice? Ooh. My son Pat's been gone since this morning. I hope he's not getting in any trouble with Luke. I'm worried what he's up to. In any case, what is my husband doing up in his room without giving any attention to his own son? Oh, odious, their family's in danger of falling apart. There's a notebook sitting on top of the desk. I'm a bracer. I live in a small rural town, and maintaining peace in the region is what my job is about. Today I received some job requests from a few clients, so I set off where duty called. My first job was to milk some cows on the farm nearby. My next was to help turn over some fields. Who was anyone kidding? That kind of job was a cinch when it came to my skill with the pitchfork. For my last job of the day, I was going to babysit. At first I thought I was watching about kids would be easy, but it turned out that I was wrong. Dead wrong. To my dismay, there were 7 whiny kids in the house. Even for a professional like myself, 7 kids are a bit much. But I'm a bracer, and I will do my duty. I got to work and cradled the ones who wouldn't stop crying, changed their messy diapers, broke up fights over toys, and even managed to do a ton of small jobs around my client's house, like washing laundry, cleaning up, taking their dog for a walk. Even when I got hungry, I felt like I had more energy to go on. I didn't forget my duty to report to the guild. If I ever gave up, what a loser I'd be in front of everyone. After going through all this and arriving at the guild, the other bracers in the office stared at me in amazement. That's right, you guessed it. I'm famous for being a bracer in this town. Other bracers paying attention to me is what I have to deal with every day. They're probably all just jealous of my superior skills. Anyway, where were we? Okay, I remember now. So I was on my way to report to the receptionist when someone suddenly grabbed me from the collar from behind. Turning around, I realized it was someone more scary than any monster alive. It was my dad. After thwacking me a good one on the head, he yelled so loud everyone could hear, "So you think you can just run off and play bracer every day without bothering to help your mother around the house, huh?" After that, my dad dragged me all the way to the home and then lectured me until until who knows when. I didn't do anything wrong either. Seriously, what the heck? I'm a self-appointed bracer. Today, I'm off again to maintain peace in the region, solve whatever problems need solved by my clients. Just when I thought Luke had came home, he took off that door again. I told that boy dinner was almost ready too. That boy's always running around like his pants are on fire. He can't sit still for 2 minutes. Thanks to airlines in recent days, even Roland's been able to get a good selection of books, and thanks to that I find myself compelled to buy a new one each time I head to the store. But I get yelled at by my wife for getting so many. Maybe I should cut back again. I've only got this first chapter of this novel, so if you want, I'll give it to you. Carnelia, Chapter 1. I can't find the book I'm looking for. Ooh. And I think we've went through every house now. So, Estelle, Joshua, I'm glad I found you two. Oh, hi, Ania. Is something wrong? You seem to be in a hurry. We've got quite a problem. Is your father at home today? Yes, he is. He said something about having to sort out a bunch of documents. But what's going on? You know Luke and Pat, right? Sure we do. In fact, we saw them not that long ago. What's wrong? Are they in some sort of trouble? I don't know how to say this, but I heard from Uni that Luke and Pat ran off to the tower that lies on the northern outskirts of Roland. You mean the Tower of Esmeraldas? Isn't that place supposed to be a breeding ground for monsters? That's what they say. Unfortunately, at the moment, Scheherazade is out on other bracer business, so I want to ask your father to bring the boys home safely. What are you talking about? There's no time for that. Joshua and I will go around after them and bring them back. I don't know if that's a good idea. You two only just qualified to become junior bracers today. With all due respect, I believe that Estelle's judgment is correct about the situation. The two of us hurry. We may even be able to catch up with the boys before they reach the tower. I understand. I will take responsibility for what happens. As an emergency request from the Bracer Guild, I ask that you lose no time in bringing about the safe return of these children. Roger that. Understood. The Esmeralda's Tower can be reached by taking the western path at the junction along Malgus Trail. You can get into the Malga Trail through Relant's northwest gates. I'll be on standby at the guild, so if you run into any trouble, you'll know where to find me. This is our first real job. Come on, Joshua, we don't have any time to lose. I'm right behind you. Okay, so I think we're gonna save it and call it here for now. And then I may be on later, I'm not sure. But next time we will go try to get those kids found. And I hope you guys have a good day and night. And today is Halloween, so happy Halloween if you find this today. If not,